Broughan question to be taken and discussed. And I understand you're taking this with question 13 with 39. Is that correct? Yes. I'll give you 30 seconds to introduce, Deputy.
Cathaoirleach, you're very kind. Minister, just want to follow up on the previous question I asked you, in particular about Clonshaugh Industrial Estate and also, I think, the Belcamp Industrial, the proposed Belcamp Industrial Park in the North Fringe. As you know, it's a critical area of the north side. We do have, contrary to some of the earlier very passionate speeches, and I'm very much in favour, Cathaoirleach, of regional development. I support all possible jobs for Roscommon and Sligo and other parts of the country, because I think we need to get the whole country moving, Minister. But I'm focusing on this. I think we've about 100 acres there. It's a greenfield site. There was an illegal dump on it, which had been cleared. IDA owns it for about 15 years. So are we going to move on that and start creating jobs there?
Thank you very much, Minister.
To take the two questions together. IDA Ireland owns 5 business parks and 1 greenfield site in North Dublin. The agency also markets a business park in Blanchardstown, which has been developed by a joint venture with Fingal County Council. There are 696 IDA Ireland client companies in Dublin. I understand that the agency does not track the number of people you asked about in each park. I am informed that in 1997, IDA Ireland acquired approximately, as you said, 48 acres at Belcamp in North Dublin. In 2001, the waste landfill, covering approximately 1.5 hectares, was found at the site. Investigations reveal that the illegal dumping in this area occurred in the early 1980s. The agency's current objective is to remediate the land affected by the dumping. In January 2015, IDA Ireland completed a freehold sale of around 2 hectares of the lands unaffected by the waste to the ESB. The balance of the unaffected land has been master planned as a data centre hub and is currently being marketed to the agency's clients. I have asked IDA Ireland's Property Development Department to make themselves available to meet you, Deputy Broughan, should you wish to discuss these matters more in detail with them.
Thank you indeed. Deputy, 1 minute.
Delighted to do that, Minister, and I welcome that. I also hope that IDA will liaise with all our local agencies, particularly with Fingal County Council. It's in Fingal under Manager Paul Reid, with Dublin City Council, with Dublin City University, with the Education Training Board, and all the other agencies, and in particular some of the local development agencies. And I'm thinking in particular of Coolock Development Council, of which I've been a board member for the past 30 years. And recently, and via recent discussions as well, probably the greatest head the IDA ever had was Pádraig White, and Pádraig voluntarily chaired our council for the past 27 years and was fantastic help, I think, to the North Coolock area and the general north side area in liaising with business, with local business in Clonshaugh and so on. So we want to kind of keep these linkages. A few weeks ago, Cathaoirleach, I was at the 40th anniversary dinner of Allergen. Allergen, an amazing American company, in which the Taoiseach made a very good speech. And Allergen is in Westport and in Coolock, with two major facilities employing, I think, a couple of thousand workers. And that's the kind of thing I think we need to encourage into the future. But we're very anxious to have Fingal or Belcamp, it used to be called the Fingal Industrial Park, Fingal and Belcamp, going ahead in this region where maybe another 25-30 homes are hopefully going to be built over the next few years. Swords is going to grow to a city of maybe 100,000. We have the second runway and so on, but we need this industrial park. Thanks, Cathaoirleach.
Do you want me to comment on this? Very briefly.
Minister, you would be aware that I've been putting forward a proposal in regard to 29 acres of land that's available for a business park owned by the state at Killygarry, Cavan, and I put forward a specific proposal in regard to the possibility of locating a new data centre there. It has the acreage, it has the infrastructure, both from the point of view of telecommunications, water, sewerage, and also the road network. And I would appeal to you to intercede with the IDA. It's an ideal piece of infrastructure to attract inward investment to a border region that needs it. And it's one of the questions that was next to be held. So, Minister, I would appeal to you to intercede with the IDA again in regard to the suitability of that particular industrial park at Cavan Town as a suitable location for one of those data centres.
Minister.
Thank you. And Deputy Smith, I take on board what you have asked, and I will talk to IDA about the data centre. Just to say to you, Deputy Broughan, I have met with the Fingal County Manager Paul Reid to discuss developmental and development issues in Fingal. He sits on the Dublin Region Action Plan for Jobs, and that Regional Action Plan for Jobs is an important driver of growth in North Dublin. I am very aware of the 5 business parks and the 1 greenfield site in Dublin, and many of them are in and near you in the Fingal area, including Blanchardstown, the Swords Business Park, the Clonshock Business Park, the Belcamp Business Park, as you have referred to. There are 2 other further sites which are owned by Fingal and South County Dublin, which are used by the IDA, and that's the IDA College Business Park in Blanchardstown, which is overseen by Fingal County Council, and then there's the Greencastle Strategic Site in South County Dublin. So I will be meeting Mr Reid very soon again. As I said, he sits on the Dublin Region Action Plan, and if I may just give him a little bit of praise here, he is a very competent Chief Executive of a County Council. But I'll make sure that we talk about that and that we discuss that.
One final response, if you wish. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.